Hey guys, it's Anthony Bandiero here, attorney and senior legal instructor with Blue Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing in a roadside chat. I am actually in Austin, Texas. Just got done teaching Texas DPS, Austin PD, and a few other agencies as well. So just wrapping up the class, I had a little bit of time to answer some questions. This question comes from an officer in Ohio. Basically says, all right, recently myself and other officers attempted to serve an arrest warrant at a suspect's residence, multiple occasions. The guy is not answering. The guy is apparently not home. Despite these efforts, what happened here is we saw some people coming and going in from the house. We made contact, and these people say, yeah, we're friends of the suspect. And the suspect gave us permission to come into the house in order to take care of the animals. All right, so that they have the access code, the key, and so forth. They do say that the suspect is not home. The cops are not sure if that's true or not, and they asked for permission from these people, the friends, to enter the home. They gave consent. The cops entered the home. They searched for the suspect. He, in fact, was not home, and now the question is, did they do the right thing? The answer is yes, but there is a caveat here. Okay, so what we're talking about here is something called common authority. Common authority is when two or more people have the authority to allow you to enter or search a place or a thing. So clearly the suspect has the authority, but also has he given authority to somebody else? Here he gave the authority to the friend. Now, the next issue that's going to come up here, though, is scope, right? Does the babysitter have common authority over the house to some degree? The answer is yes. They have the authority, some kind of dominion and control over the living room, maybe the kids' room, but they're not going to have dominion and control mostly over the owner's bedroom, over the safe, over, the private bathroom, but they may have common authority over the refrigerator. So the point is what do you reasonably believe they have access to? What do you reasonably believe they do? Now, also with the babysitter, you give us another scope issue, which is, do you think they're allowed to actually invite people into the home? If, most babysitters are not going to be allowed to invite their friends over. So this is where the court would probably want you to ask, hey, babysitter, are you allowed to have friends over, right? And they're like, no, they're very strict. They don't want me to have any friends over. Then you shouldn't be asking them to invite you in because they're not allowed to have anybody else inside the house. Now let's turn to the friends here, okay? Do they have the authority to enter the house? The answer is yes, they have common authority. Do you think it's reasonable to believe that they can invite other people into the house? Yes, sure. Why can't they bring their best friends to go check on the animals and feed them and water them and take them out and so forth? I know you're not their best friend, but at the end of the day, they can choose to have whoever they want with them. With these facts, there's no reason to believe that that other people cannot enter the house with their authority. They have the key. They have the access code. They didn't say anything like, oh, yeah, he would kill me if he knew I let anybody else in. They're not saying that. They're like, yeah, you can come in and check out. Now, the next thing is, with scope, is where do you search for the person? You can only search those areas where they have authority over. So if, and maybe what they say and the situation, but they're like, yeah, the door's closed to the bedroom. And you're like, oh, so what's this? Do you guys go in there? Oh, no, that's his bedroom. The animals are not allowed to go in there. Well, if that's the case, you shouldn't be in there, right? Which is probably where he could be. But in order to enter that, you're not going to enter there. You're not going to be able to enter that bedroom, for example, under common authority, under their consent. What you would need there is a reason to believe the person is presently home. So, which is another kind of rule I want to talk to you about, is when can you serve an arrest warrant? You can serve an arrest warrant when it's valid, obviously, you have an arrest warrant, and you have probable cause that this is their house, we have that, and you have a reason to believe that they're currently home. So do you have a reason to believe they're currently home? Well, it seems like you don't because A, the guy's not been answering the door. B, they're there to actually take care of the animals. Why would they be there if homeboy is at his own house taking care of his own dogs? So I don't think you actually have, under these facts, you don't hear anything while you're in there. You don't see anything. There's not like a lit cigarette that's still kind of, burning while you enter the house. Things like that. His car's not out front. You should have a reason to believe that he's currently home. It's not a high standard, but it is a standard. If you don't have that, I don't think you have the authority to search the house for him. That's what I teach. Okay? Okay. At the end of the day, I think it's a really good scenario. I like the officers reaching out to me, trying to run it past me. At the end of the day, they did the right thing, in my view. If you have any questions about this or anything else that I teach, visit us at bluetogold.com. Please attend one of our classes. A lot of our classes are online now, so live online. It's actually a lot of fun. So attend online. We have Nick German's class. We have Craig Meyer's class. We have our classes, Zach Miller, John Ween, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Okay, until next time, my friends, you stay safe.